So you're a leader or a manager or a supervisor, and your job is to influence people to do good work, to be good and to do good. If you're at all like me, you've noticed that people don't always do what you expect. Sometimes they don't even do what they said they would do. Sometimes they don't even do what they expected they would do. And sometimes they're a little bit subtle about it. Sometimes they're absolutely overt. It's just you and I here. You're probably not watching this YouTube HILTAcademy video in a crowd. You're probably alone, taking a break from the flow of life for just a moment. So it's just you and me. And we can admit to each other that your missed expectations, your disappointed expectations, can kind of mount up and become very frustrating, right? Well, how do you keep from letting those little disappointments pile up? How do you keep from picking up a little rock of disappointment and frustration and putting it in the backpack of your work life? One at a time, those little rocks will pile up and the weight gets heavier. You know what I'm talking about, right? Well, here's what I've learned. It's kind of like those insurance ads. I've learned a few things because I've seen a few things. First, did you communicate your expectations? We have a dear friend named Lori, and Lori, you might even be watching this or listening to it, who, whenever people make statements that are kind of like that, oh yeah, I did a great job, or I communicated my expectations, or whatever, she will follow with, really? Did you really? I can hear her voice right here. So first of all, did you communicate your expectations? And listen to Lori. Really? Did you really? Were your expectations so clear that they could be repeated back to you? Did you say, and maybe in some cases even write, I expect A, so that B? A is the work or the task, and then B is the result or the outcome. Okay, second thing I've learned, did you ask if the expectation was realistic? I expect A, so that B, and then is that realistic? Kind of negotiate? It's appropriate to ask that, especially if it's not been done before, and especially if it's not been done by that person before. And also especially if things have changed, like maybe workload has increased, or maybe the workload has gotten more complex. That has nothing to do with this, the rest of the workload. Maybe staffing is different. Maybe there's changes in processes. I don't know, but it's appropriate for you to ask if things are different, whether or not this is realistic. Okay, so you did do that. You did clarify what your expectations were. Good for you. So here's the good stuff. When you notice your frustration, when you encounter the disappointment of missed expectations, recognize it for what it is. It's resistance. If somebody says yes, but they do no, it's because they're resisting. Here's the kicker. Resistance, just like conflict, isn't bad in and of itself. It's just resistance. So whenever you encounter frustration, disappointment, small conflicts, little bumps in the road, recognize that that is resistance. Pause and ask, what am I missing? Not, am I missing something, but what am I missing? Don't just ask yourself, ask the person who is engaged in the disappointed expectation. What am I missing? And when you do that, watch your tone, watch the little bit of an attitude. It's possible that you've been disappointed for a little bit of time, and so you're starting to pet the fur off of that disappointment, and there might be a little bit of emotional distortion that's going on behind it. So watch your tone, watch your attitude, get genuinely curious and ask, okay, here's the behavior. You didn't do this, or you did do that, and that was not the expectation. What am I missing? That behavior or that lack of behavior is occurring in many cases because you are missing something. And here's the kicker, you don't know what it is. You probably can't even guess what it is. You're missing it. So ask with genuine, respectful curiosity, okay, what am I missing? You said that you would get that work finished by Thursday at noon, and now it's Friday and the work's not finished. What am I missing? You said that you'd make that decision by last week, Monday at noon, and you haven't. What am I missing? You said you'd attend a meeting and be prepared, and you didn't attend and you weren't prepared. What am I missing? You said you'd finish a project. You said you'd make a plan. You said you'd do the work, but it doesn't look like it's been done. So what am I missing? Strip out the frustration, strip out the emotion, and get genuinely curious. What am I missing? Now again, it's just you and I here, so get ready. If you're genuinely respectful and genuinely curious, they will probably tell you what you're missing, and you'll be surprised. Of course you'll be surprised. You missed it. Be really careful. You asked, so don't get defensive. Just deal with it and move on. What am I missing? Here's to you. Have a great day.